Hi guys, welcome to my channel or welcome back. So, I know that I said that I wouldn't have done a lot of reviews after August because I wanted to focus on more various contents, but it's not my fault that a lot of bops have been released these days. So yeah, I just wanted to do a quick video about my obsession with nmixx because it's getting out of hands. So, I am probably the only person in the whole world that loved OO at the first listen, not after some time, not after a few listens, but just right away. And yes, I get that it's not an easy listen and that some people could not like it, but honestly, I find more difficult the next level. Like, the three different parts of next level don't match up at all for me. I love the chorus of that song, but the part when the beat changes, it's still very difficult to digest for me. While in OO, I didn't find the difficulty, honestly. But hey, I'm not a music expert, so I probably don't understand anything. Okay, enough with bashing my aespa girls and let's move on to Dice. So, since I really liked OO and since the girls are undoubtedly super talented, by the way, they're probably the most talented idols of the 4th gen, and the fact that also the many people who didn't like OO say this makes you understand how much this is true. But yeah, I was really looking forward to this comeback. And then promotion started and oh my fucking god, I loved it. I love this burlesque slash circus slash 50s aesthetic, but I especially love the uniqueness of the promotions. Like, it all started with this like map of a game, and then there were all these riddles and questions whose letters of the answers composed the name of the title track and the B-side, and that was so cool and fun to do. And also the video of the rules of play, where each member has a role and they play dice. This one right here.
The players each pick a card. This card designates the role of the player during the game.
That video was so interesting and aesthetic, it really hyped me up for the comeback, and my expectations were over the roof, honestly. And, well, I was not disappointed at all. Okay, let me just start by saying that I loved, let me stress it enough, love Alice in Wonderland. I love everything about it, the story, the book, the cartoon, the movie, everything that is remotely Alice in Wonderland themed. I don't know why, maybe it's the aesthetic, maybe it's the message behind it, maybe it's the coolness of drinking something and that your size change. I don't know what it is, but I am obsessed. So, when you combine Alice in Wonderland with K-pop, my biggest obsession at the moment, you can be sure that I'm gonna lose my mind. And the fact that they combined Alice in Wonderland with the 50s slash Showtime aesthetic that I just mentioned, that is so cool and unique. So, about the song, I knew that it would have been another weird mixed sound, and then after reading some comments, I realized that their name nmixx means literally that they're gonna mix stuff. So their concept is literally this one, which I didn't think about it before, but yeah, noted it. So cool. About Dice, after listening to it the first time, I must admit, I was very confused. Like, I could tell that I loved it, but at the same time, I really needed to give it a few more listens, and from the second time already, I was obsessed. So we have again a mix, of course, but at the same time, everything is very cohesive. Like, the different sections of the song are somehow similar in a way, so that's not really harsh as a change, if that makes sense. I wish the song would have been longer, honestly, because there's a lot going on in less than 3 minutes, so that's quite hard to digest the first listen. On to my favorite parts. Okay, I absolutely love the intro of this song. That's, yes, very 50s, and I love the little voice that says, "Don't be afraid," and Kyujin that laughs. Oh, that part is so good, and I especially love the choreography for that, where all the members form like a lock, and Suleon has the keys to enter. That's so freaking cool. I am not gonna say the part that I loved the most, because I genuinely love the whole song, but there are some parts that are especially addicting for me, like this one. And of course, the big wave part.
Mix, change, up, let's go. Big wave,
Also about the moves that Kyujin does, there's something so addictive about it, I don't know what it is. And then just second later that part, when Jihu raps, there is this sound that I have no idea which instrument it is, but it's so addictive.
perfect보다 높은 number 그 이상을 향해 jump up
I really like the chorus too, and the fact that as the dance move, they do the gesture that you do when you play dice, that you like mix them up, that is so freaking cool too. And guys, the fucking dance break, oh, that was so sick. Honestly, I cannot say all the parts that I loved, otherwise this video would be 30 minutes long. But yeah, you get the idea. About the land distribution, it was quite off, actually. Like, I knew the minute that I saw the concept teaser that this would have been Kyujin's era, but I mean, in a group of 7 members, you would expect a fairer line distribution. And I am quite adamant about this because it's one of the reasons that I cannot fully stand Everglow, even though they are one of my favorite groups ever, but that's a topic for another day. So yeah, there were some lines of Kyujin that could have easily been given to someone else, so that bothered me a bit, but I mean, she's so talented and they all are, so this time we can get past this. Finally, the MV, it was very cool, but I expected it a bit more aesthetic, to be honest, because it was all more colorful and flashy than I expected. I liked more the aesthetic of the video of the rules of play that I mentioned before, that more like vintage and dusty filter that is shown only at the beginning of the MV. But actually, when I was recording this video, I realized that the reason for this is probably that, as I said before in the intro, there is Solyun, who is opening a lock, which are the members themselves, and just after that they enter this magical wonderland, so it probably has the meaning that they are in like a circus show and they open this magical lock and through that they reach a wonderland. So I mean, with this meaning, the MV and the combination of the two concepts makes much more sense. But I mean, the MV was nevertheless very cool and fun to watch, but I would have wished for a more Alice in Wonderland theme, you know, like no sight of rabbits with clocks, or drinks that changes your size, or tea time, Queen of Hearts, you know, those kind of things. But as I said, I am pretty hardcore fan of Alice, so it's probably that part of me that is speaking right now. By the way, they just released the first episode of nmixx in Wonderland, where they do stuff related to indeed Alice in Wonderland, and that's pretty dope. So yeah, guys, I love dice. I just did a rhyme, okay? But yeah, I loved it. I am obsessed. I decided to stand nmixx after this because they're such a unique and cool group. I wish to understand more of their lore, like this nmixxtopia, but there aren't a lot of information, so we'll see. And I am obsessing over every stage performance because all the sets, either Alice in Wonderland themed or more like burlesque theme, and the outfits are so good, like the velvet and glittery outfits that screams 50s vibe. Obsessed. And the fact that they sing live with one of the most stable vocals that I've ever listened to while doing a super hard choreo, and all of this while being in high heels. Wow, we stand some talented queens here. Like, come on, they've got the skills, they've got the visuals, they've got the chemistry as a group, they've got the concept, and they've got the vibe. What do you want more? And they also seem to have really cool and fun personalities, so there's also that. I didn't talk about Cool because I don't have a lot to say about it. It's a nice song, their vocals are amazing as always. I found it not really nmixx style because it's a very normal song, while in the Admare single album, the B-side Tank was clearly a very nmixx song, so this was unexpected, and I don't really get the meaning of releasing a normal song when the other 3 of your discography are really peculiar. But yeah, who knows, it's a cool song nevertheless, no pun intended. Okay guys, this is all for today. See you in the next video. Bye!